They're all in the stalls. The lights are flashing. They're ready. 3,200 metres. The Harvey Norman hurdle. They're all in. Set to go. There is an attendant down there in front of Sound in the barriers, and he in fact has just been backed out of line now. Sound back up into the line, and they're set now. Harvey Norman hurdle, 13 jumps on their journey of 3,200. First of 10 on Cup Day for 2,000 trackers. Good, 4.33 the Penno, and they're away. And Gilligan dipped at the start. Piedmont a little slow. Les Vos Ruler, Salad Touch got away fast, and so did Onslaught, who's showing a lot of toe today as he races over the first hurdle in front. As they came along to the second now, and it's Onslaught with Les Vos Ruler on the outside. Just behind them is Colorado Ring on the rails in third placing, and then Salad Touch. Wider out is Piedmont. Behind these, Gilligan. Onslaught just ahead of it is not too far off the pace. Hibernian Prince, middle of the field on the outside in the yellow cap. Salad Touch is inside it there. Taylor's Bridge and Bright Spot are a fair way back on the inside from Camargo as they leap this. Vermont wrapping that one a little bit, passed by Preludes, and Prince Lemire is back at the tail of the field. Here's the next hurdle, and it's Onslaught in front as he left that one in front of Les Vos Ruler running second. Third is Colorado Ring. Sound is fourth on the outside. About a length to Piedmont running fifth on the outer. Salad Touch between horses. Bright Spot tucked away on the rails as they leap the next hurdle. Oh, one down, and it was Gilligan that went, and Camargo went over the top. Gilligan fell. Camargo brought the rider down. They're out of action. Both of those horses get to their feet. The two jockeys are down on the track at the moment. Out of the straight, heading towards the 2,000 metre mark now. And the leader is Les Vos Ruler, making a move round the outside to go to the lead. A length and a half clear now from Onslaught in second. Colorado Ring is third. Salad Touch sneaking up on the inside. Sound is going forward on the outside to be up on the speed. There's a good deal of pace about. Next, Hibernian Prince, and they're followed by Piedmont, Taylor's Bridge and Preludes together. About 2 lengths for Mont, and they're trailed by Bright Spot, and 3 or 4 lengths to Prince Lemire. Sound went to the lead now, out near the hurdle at the 1,700 metres. He dipped a little over that one. It's Sound in front of Les Vos Ruler, who retains the rail second, 3/4 away. Third is Colorado Ring. Onslaught is fourth on the inside from Hibernian Prince, and they're trailed by Salad Touch over on the rails at the next jump, with Preludes on the improve. Piedmont wide out going forward. Then came Vermont, who's a good way back at the 1,400. Taylor's Bridge is one of the last, trailed by Bright Spot, and Prince Lemire is last. Sound went over the next hurdle now. Taylor's Bridge wrapped it a little bit, and as they make their way out towards the 1,200 metres, it's Sound in front. Over the next hurdle he goes. He's a length clear from Hibernian Prince going into second placing. Les Vos Ruler now a length away third. 2 lengths to Colorado Ring. A half length to Preludes. Onslaught over on the fence, followed by Piedmont, 1,000 to go. And they're followed by Vermont, Salad Touch. 2 or 3 lengths further back as they go to the next hurdle. Then is Taylor Bridge, being followed by Bright Spot, who's under the whip and second last, and Prince Lemire is about last at the 800, where Hibernian Prince, the stablemate of Gilligan, who fell earlier in the piece, dashed away 2.5 lengths in front of Sound. 3 lengths to Preludes going up to third from Les Vos Ruler. Vermont taken to the outside, is starting to mount his challenge in the run home, and they're followed by Onslaught and a break to Taylor's Bridge as they swing the corner, and there's 2 to get over, and the leader is Hibernian Prince, 2 lengths in front of Sound. Vermont coming down the outside, and Preludes with a run over the next. Hibernian Prince, he stumbled a little on landing. Here come the runs. Vermont is after him now. Vermont after Hibernian Prince, and Preludes is in the centre at the last hurdle now, and Hibernian Prince scrambled over it and narrowly in front of Vermont the outside, and Preludes in the middle, who's finishing it a bit the better. Preludes hit the front, 100 to go, put his nose clear from Hibernian Prince, and then Vermont. Preludes draws clear the last bit, and Preludes wins it by a long neck on the line. He eased him over the post. Hibernian Prince kicked back strongly. Vermont is then in third placing. Long break behind these horses to Onslaught in company. Back behind those horses to Les Vos Ruler, and then Sound, and they were followed further back by Bright Spot, Taylor's Bridge, and then came Piedmont, Salad Touch, and Prince Lemire, with Colorado Ring at the tail of the field. Gilligan taking that fall a lap from home. Brewery's Jester, we don't see many of those. Eyes on success. Racing now. and he got away okay. Wise Up a little slow. Free Will began okay and then just seemed to stumble for a stride or two, and Oberdeely zoomed away and at the 900 metres crossed the field and went down to the rail with blistering pace. Oberdeely now from Eyes on Success led him up by a couple. Cafe Strip moving up into third placing. Woodpecker a little wider out racing greenly. Grimer just behind them, followed by Free World, Wise Up and King of Prussia had dropped out to be last as they joined the course proper near the 500, and Oberdeely, after showing blistering early pace, leads by 2.5 lengths. Eyes on Success is running second. In third placing Cafe Strip. They're all off the bit behind this leader. Grimer's making ground on the rail, and now King of Prussia is starting to put in a bid down the outside. He's coming quickly. Oberdeely stopping at the 200. He's folded, and now King of Prussia sprinted away at the 100. He raced a couple of lengths clear on Oberdeely and Cafe Strip, and this is coming right away now. King of Prussia in the run home. It'll cruise in, and King of Prussia won it by 4 lengths on the post, either Cafe Strip or Oberdeely for the minors. A long break to Grimer, followed by Wise Up and Woodpecker together. Eyes on Success tiring very badly in the run home, and last to finish was Free World. Very impressive victory to number 5. King of Prussia was out of the saddle. It's Craig Williams. It's going to be about locked away now. The gate about to be snapped shut behind her, and the field locked away. Race number 3, the Singapore Challenge. Grand Seattle has the inside. Open affair over the 1700. Starter eyeing off the field now, and they're away. Grand Seattle dawdled out of the gates on the inside, and Snarbell pinged out fast and led from Sorcery, who jumped into stride fast, and so did Grey Line. And going forward is Rulable. Bit of pace from the outside. Corchet's up there, and Zero Isles going on with it too. As they settle near the 1400 metres, and Corchet found the front for Beatman. Nearly a length in front of Zero Isles second. Snarbell dropped in third, the rail for a trail there. Then Rulable with Grace tracking out wide. 2 lengths further back in the field is Grey Line racing the outside of Sorcery. 2 or 3 lengths to Aztec Star, Rising Duchess. Another 2 Flotsam, who's tracking out 3 deep at the moment, followed by Imperial Trisk, Grand Seattle, and the length and a half to Vertex last of all. At the 1,000 metres, Corchet narrowly in front of Zero Isle second. Nearly a length away then in third placing with Grace racing wide. Snarbell in behind them having a good run. She's followed by Rulable. 2.5 lengths away, Sorcery and Grey Line together. About 3 lengths, Rising Duchess on the rail. Flotsam 3 deep, Aztec Star the centre, then Imperial Trisk. Well back as Grand Seattle and Vertex as they swing the corner at the 600. Corchet on the rail, and with Grace coming out wide are going to swing the bend together. Zero Isles under pressure, and Snarbell about to get a run through to go after them. Grey Line deeper out is starting to come home, and Sorcery held up behind the leading horses. Then Rising Duchess and Imperial Trisk coming down the outside from Vertex. They got past the 300. Corchet tackled now by Imperial Trisk. Grey Line and Snarbell down near the inside at the 200 metres. Snarbell from on the outside, Imperial Trisk, and Grey Line can't go on. Imperial Trisk hit the front. Grand Seattle coming home well. Imperial Trisk in front of Flotsam and Grand Seattle, but Imperial Trisk just saw it through, I'd say, from Grand Seattle and Flotsam. Then Grey Line just off them in 4th placing from Snarbell Sorcery, and next to finish was Corchet. Then came Aztec Star, a gap to Rulable and Zero Isle. Vertex towards the tail. Rising Duchess, one of the last in company with Grace. 1100 metres. Little movement from Chalet Me. Standing better now. They're away. Faithful Love began okay with River Crossing down towards the inside. Magic Music flew out of the gates. Chalet Me got away okay down there too. As they settle down, Minerva's up on this pace over on the flat side. Glorious Morning is just behind them, followed by La Mukhtar, and Cider in as last of the horses on the flat side. Out on this grandstand side now, Natural Tycoon showed the way against the rail ahead of Manahai Miss. Dazzling Bell and the Blue Colours is right up there too, but well away from the rail, and they're followed by Our Scenario, Heart of Egypt and Kina. And well back in the field has Got the Nation in company with Rainbird Blue, and that's the division down the grandstand side. It's headed by Natural Tycoon on the flat. Magic Music was away, leads by 2.5 lengths. Faithful Love, who's shown the whip to come out after. Then River Crossing, followed by Chalet Me and La Mukhtar on this side at the 200. Natural Tycoon is the leader, and she might have the overall. I'd say Natural Tycoon on this side from Manahai Miss. Over on the other side, River Crossing's coming home well. River Crossing from La Mukhtar and Natural Tycoon on this side. They hit the line. Natural Tycoon, I think this side, Natural Tycoon. River Crossing and Manahai Miss are right up there for the minors ahead of La Mukhtar. Then just behind those to finish was Rainbird Blue, who made up ground. And over on this side too was Keener. Back behind them is Glorious Morning and Chalet Me, Faithful Love, Magic Music, who showed plenty of pace from Minerva. And they were trailed in by Cider Inn, Heart of Egypt, Got the Notion, Our Scenario and Dazzling Bell. Stand by for numbers. Line looking good. Starter eyeing them off. 1400 for race number 5. In front of a huge crowd here at Flemington today. Outstanding crowd. Ready now. Off. And Kahuna Princess dawdled out of the gates, missed it by about 3, and Correg was slow, and Pleasant Mick dropped out to the tail early, and Dance With Us pinged away and led from Geronimo Run. Point Danger got out fast, is up there holding third on the inside. Sedation is handy to them fourth. Liquid Lunch settling down fifth. Then Minotaur wide out 6, followed by Destruction. Point de Montage is wide with 1,000 to go. Over on the inside, Manor Hill, followed by Camp Amani's a length and a half, Cloth of Gold and Lord of the Pines together. 2 lengths to Swanette, followed by Pleasant Mick, Correg, and last of all is Kahuna Princess. Up by the 800 metres, Dance With Us led from Geronimo Run. Sedation 3 deep, and de Montage is 4 wide in the red cap. Right behind them, Point Danger's had a cosy run on the fence at the 600. Then Minotaur out wider around Liquid Lunch, who's within 3 of the leader. Campamani's coming wide, and then came Destruction Point, Lord of the Pines. Swanette pulled right to the outside as they go towards the 400, where Geronimo Run hit the lead. De Montage is starting to come home well, followed by Sedation. Down the outside, Campamani's is coming, and then Minotaur at the 200 metres. Geronimo Run in front. Coming after it quickly is Campamani's now from De Montage, and then came Lord of the Pines, but Geronimo Run's giving at the 100. He's a length and a half and holding Campamani's at bay, then Lord of the Pines and Geronimo Run. Big effort to win. Geronimo Run beat Campamani's by 2. Lord of the Pines third, De Montage fourth, and then Swanette, Minotaur, Pleasant Mick making ground, and Cloth of Gold, followed by Manor Hill, and then Liquid Lunch, Kahuna Princess, followed by, back behind these is Destruction Point, and then the weakening Dance With Us, followed further back in the field by Point Danger and Sedation and Correg at the tail of the field. Geronimo Run, number 13, takes it out for Brett Preble and David Hall. So they're set to go. Lord Dane out of stall 7. Cassidy could come either way. Lights flashing away. They're set. Racing now. Lord Dane began pretty well in the middle of the line, and Comedy Snip got away well. They're both coming to this grandstand side where Foxtrot and Freedom Funds had begun fast. Mavourtrice is also whipping across this way as well in those white blinkers. Smites' Treasures just behind the leading pack. There's left only 3 or 4 in fact down the flat side rail at the 600, and they led by a Century Kid, about a length and a half in front of that pack. Star Hit is running second on that side. Regal Shot is in behind them, and Top Slice last of the quartet. On the grandstand side now, Mavourtrice had found the outside rail ahead of Foxtrot. Lord Dane is deeper, and a Comedy Snip followed by Freedom Fund. Smites Discretion, Sound the Alarm getting into the clear. Over on the other side now, and Top Slice is after Century Kit. This side, Mavourtrice is the leader, and overall in front, 100 out. Mavourtrice on this side with a good lead over Smites Trish, Lord Dane and Freedom Funds, but Mavourtrice very speedy, wins it from Smites Trish by 2. Lord Dane third, Freedom Funds fourth, and then ours. I think they've all come down the grandstand side. Top Slice, one of the first home on the flat over there, in front of Century Kid, who showed plenty of pace, and Star Hit. Regal Shot last of that division. Well back is towards the tail of the field. Scarlet Crest, one of the last in their Comedy Snip, and back behind them was Sound the Alarm, and showing pace but weakening was Foxtrot. To go. Set to go at the 1400. Off now. Misunderstood, one of the first to bounce out, and Operettas began fast. Juno Beach snagged at the rear at the start, and Jet Shoes into stride fast is up there with Benediction as they sort themselves out. Bell Bull just off the speed, and Sinachi getting up on the rail. As they settled fully in, its Operettas from Jet Shoes second. Misunderstood retained the fence. Wateroa on the improve out wide, and Benediction between horses right on the speed. A couple of lengths to Bell Bull, who's running sixth outside Sinachi. 2 lengths to Something Funny. Oh Blue Angel on the inside. inside. They were being followed then by Storm at Midnight. A long way back, Flying Spice, followed then by Harpy out wider, and then Knights Upon Us giving them a good start on the rail. Juno Beach and Betrayal towards the end, and as they swing the corner, it's Rustic Draw at the tail at the 600, and Operettas is a narrow leader coming around the turn from Jet Shoes and Benediction 3 wide. In behind those horses then is Watteroa, and Bellboard is poised to pounce on the outside in the red cap, then Sinachi, and Something Funny down the outside from Storm at Midnight. 300 to go. Operettas, Jet Shoes being joined by Bellball. Oh Blue Angel starting to come home in the green blinkers, and Sinachi wider out. Bellball hit the front at the 200. Oh Blue Angel immediately comes after her, and then Sinachi from Operettas. It's Bellball, but Oh Blue Angel's coming home solidly. Oh Blue Angel drew a neck in front, now a half and goes home, and Oh Blue Angel beats Bellball by 3/4. Sinachi third, Flying Spice rattling home with Harpy next, and then Betrayal, followed by Storm at Midnight, Operettas and Jet Shoes. Back behind those were Misunderstood, and they were trailed by Benediction, which week, and Knights Upon Us never came into it. Rustic Draw at the tail with Juno Beach, one of the last in Something Funny, and Watteroa last of all. Queenslander Oh Blue Angel, trained by Ron Maund and written by Darren Beatman. All in, set to go. Ready. Racing. And it looked like Far Cry went down on his nose at the start. He didn't jump well. Away fast towards the inside is Maguire and Freemason, and also Maridpaw got away well. Hill of Grace is up there too. Over near the outside, and Coco Cabana and Mr. Nelson with Pastor Express are prominent. Diatribe easing in behind them, running down towards the 500 the first time round. Skybow had dropped out to be last, and Carpstead Way's about the middle of the field now at the 400 the first time, and it's Maguire on its outside, Far Cry, and Maridpaw 3 deep, Mr. Nelson 4 out. Then Coco Cabana, Our Unicorn, very wide. Pastor Express just off them, followed by Diatribe, Lightning Arrow. Freemason down on the rail, the hind not too far away, followed by Arctic Owl. Hill of Grace on the fence, a couple of lengths away is Brew, who's got across one off the rail from the outside gate, and then Yippee-Yo-Yo. Second coming around in Zelly Bohemoth, followed by Carpstead Way. A length and a half Celestial Show, Citrus Prince, and Skybow is last of all. The field turns out of the straight, out to the riverside. 2100 to go, and Maridpaw made play by 2 lengths. Mr. Nelson is second, Maguire is third, and Far Cry is fourth on the outside. He's got into a beautiful place now. He's being followed then by Lightning Arrow fifth. On the rail next is Freemason as Our Unicorn works forward wide. Then came Coco Cabana, a length and a half to Pastor Express, and the hind. Over on the inside is Hill of Grace, and they're followed by Diatribe. Arctic Owl about the middle of the field, nearly a length to Yippee-Yo-Yo, a length and a half second coming. Brew is now inside of his stablemate there. A length and a half further back is Bohemoth in Zelly, and they're followed by Citrus Prince. Well back is Celestial Show. Carpstead Way is next to last, and last of all is Skybow. They've passed the halfway mark now, and out to the 1500 it's Maridpaw in front. Our Unicorn has done some work to get to second. Close up on the outside is Far Cry and Maguire the rail. Pastor Express about 4 wide is improving towards the front, and they're followed further back in the field then by Mr. Nelson. Back behind those then is Freemason down on the inside as they go towards the 1200. Then Lightning Arrow there outside. 2 lengths further back is Pastor Express, and Diatribe taking off round the outside from Hill of Grace. A length to Arctic Owl. Second coming, Yippee-Yo-Yo well back, followed by Bruce, Citrus Prince, Bohemoth spotting them a long start, 1,000 to go, and they're trailed by Enzeli, Skybow. Carpstead Way is still second last, and Celestial Show is last as they came down the side, and it's Maridpaw, a narrow leader, but he's been headed very quickly. He's dropped out at the 800. Pastor Express and Diatribe's gone up there fast as they neared the bend, with those as second coming around the outside. Here's Citrus Prince coming, followed by Lightning Arrow, then Brew to the outside, and back behind them Carpstead Way is starting a run wide out as they swing the corner, and Freemason getting up on the rail into the straight. Second coming's taken over the running, Citrus Prince after it, then Pastor Express, and next Diatribe down the outside. Here's Carpstead Way coming, and Yippee-Yo-Yo, but second coming at the 300 leads. Coming home well on the outside now is Brew. Carpstead Way's battling away, and Yippee-Yo-Yo. Brew hit the lead at the 200 from second coming. The stablemates are clear from Yippee-Yo-Yo, but it's Brew going for home, 100 out. McAvoy wheels a whip, and Brew draws away to win the Melbourne Cup. 2 lengths to Yippee-Yo-Yo second. Second coming third. Carpstead Way a half head away fourth. They're followed in then by Arctic Owl along the rails from Freemason and Celestial Show. Pastor Express, and they're followed in by Skybow, and behind them Hill of Grace, Maguire, and then came Diatribe, then the Hind, and well back as Citrus Prince and Zelly Bohemoth, who never came into the race. Long break then to our Unicorn, Coco Cabana, Mr. Nelson. Far Cry, one of the tail enders with Married Paw, and our Unicorn. Stand by for numbers. Set to go, lights flashing away. 1,200 metres, 9th on the card at Flemington. They're ready and racing. And Palladium Star seemed to bound in the air at the start, but then he got away okay. Paint and a point away very fast, and they're heading for the lead. They're all going to cross grandstand side here. Mr. Bombastic right behind them, and Mastic has come across and showing great speed too is Power and Motion. As they settle down and head to the 800 metre mark now, Power and Motion wide out, going up to join the grey. Paint on the fence, and a point is between them. Just behind the leading pack of horses then came Major, who's close to the middle of the track around Rain Dance Lady. Mr. Bombastic following the speed on the rail, and with it is Perak Gold. They're being followed by Normal Practice, and further back is Mastic, Almighty Yellow, Forest Jim Hard Ridden. Palladium Star coming away from heels, getting to the middle of the track to try and make some ground. Mighty Impulse well back. Amber Boy one of the last there with Sandridge Bay. A Bunchfield in the lead here with Major out after a point, who'd taken the lead. Paint still there. Mr. Bombastic looking for an out. Operate getting into the clear, and Mastic coming home right across the track here. Don't know where to look. A point, Major, Paint, Mr. Bombastic. They're right across the track. 50 metres to go, and Operate bursting through with Normal Practice. They hit the line. Normal Practice or Operate in a photo. Mastic is close up there, followed by Rain Dance Lady, Mr. Bombastic. An absolute blanket finish. Forest Gem just behind them from Palladium Star. Major, a point, and Mighty Impulse. And back behind those were Perak Gold, Mighty Amber, Almighty Yellow, and well back after showing pace was Power in Motion, Paint, and Sandridge Bay. They're all in. Set to run. 1800, and they're off now. And now Grampion's got out okay with Make a Scene. Visual Displays just a little slow. Gets back there with Litmus soon after the jump away. Chiming Door was out fast. Gold Boomer's looking for his favourite role, and Saboteur was up on the pace too. As they go by the 1,600 metres, it's Gold Boomer linked and a half clear. Ambitious outside of Chiming Door, and Power of Pecos is trapped out wide going forward. 2 lengths away, 5th Saboteur in a nice place. A couple of lengths to Typhoon, another 2 Grampions, Panoramic Lad. They were followed further back by Visual Displays on the inside of It's Contagious, and then Prince Aluka. Make a Scene well off the pace today, and 3 lengths to Litmus last of all by the 1,200. They're strung right out. Gold Boom has them running along with a lead of about 5 lengths as he opened up out towards 1,000 metres. Gold Boom over Power of Pegasus. 2.5 lengths away, Ambitious racing outside Chiming Door. About 2 lengths behind the Saboteur, the favourite in the green colours, and 2 to Typhoon. A 2.5 length break to Grampions, Visual Displays. Panoramic Lad going up wide around It's Contagious, Make a Scene. A length to Prince Aluka, and a couple of lengths away to Litmus as they neared the corner. Gold Boom has gone very hard at the 600. His lead still about 6 lengths over Ambitious and Power of Pegasus. Chiming Door down on the inside. Preble pulling out now on Saboteur to make his run. Still 5th round the bend. Typhoon will be suited by this fast pace. Here he comes with his run on the yellow blinkers down the outside. At the 400, Gold Boom putting in the short ones now. He's still about a 2.5 length leader from Typhoon coming. Saboteur's trying to go with him. Chiming Door on the rail. Power of Pegasus still there. Then Visual Displays. Typhoon hit the lead at the 200 over Saboteur. Chiming Door and Visual Displays coming, but Typhoon at the 100. He opened up by a couple of lengths now. Raced away to Saboteur. Then Grampions, but Typhoon takes the last easily. Typhoon from Saboteur second. Maybe Grampions third from Chiming Door. Photo there. Then Visual Displays. It's Contagious, Prince Aluka, and Power of Pegasus. Back behind them, Make a Scene. And then Litmus, Panoramic Lad. Ambitious dropped out, and so did Gold Boom to finish last of all. In 1:48.6, they scorched along.